Hello and a big welcome back to the Wee Larder channel. Today we're going to be making a delicious Christmassy pork casserole recipe. So this recipe is lovely and it's got lots of lovely spices in it and apricots, and it's a really nice recipe to cook up at this time of year. So you might want to pause the video at these lovely ingredients here. So to get started, we're going to start by melting our butter in the pan and adding in our onions. We're going to give that a wee stir through. And we're then going to add in our garlic. And if you also preheat your oven at this point as well to 150, and that's a fan oven, so 150 Celsius, and that's a fan. So once we've stirred our garlic and onions through for about 5 minutes, we're going to add our pork in as well. So we just want to brown our pork all over, and we're going to give that a really good season with salt and pepper at this point as well. So this is a really easy recipe, but it's just really nice to have it this time of year because I love all the spices in it. It just works really, really well, and it just smells so Christmassy when it's cooking as well. It's one of my favourite pork recipes. So we're going to sprinkle our salt and pepper in there. Just make sure you add in enough to season it really well. I'm going to pop our spices in as well, and you can also add a tablespoon or two of brown sugar in at this stage. You don't have to, but it's just a nice way to sweeten it up a little bit. I'm actually adding in my treacle as per the ingredients list, but feel free to add in your brown sugar in here too if you want to add that little bit extra sweetness. So we're going to add our treacle in, and we're just going to give that a really good stir through so that everything is well combined. So we also want to finish off browning our pork as well. So we kind of want it browned like all over before we move on to the next stage. So we're going to add in our tatties now, our potatoes, and we're going to give those a really good stir through. So if you pop them all in, so if you notice they're quite chunky chopped as well, so you want them to kind of be like this sort of size, otherwise they will just melt down to nothing in the pan when they're cooking in the oven. So you just want to give that a really good mix through like so. And we're then going to add in our flour at this stage as well. So if you just add your flour in, and we're just going to mix that through really well. So as I said, this recipe is so easy, and you could also throw it together in the morning and then cook it in the afternoon. It's a real easy one to make ahead. So I'm going to pop our apricots in there also, and we're just going to give that a stir through again. Now we're also going to be adding our water in here as well. You can also use stock if you have pork stock, or any other like vegetable stock would also work really well in this recipe. I've just added water because I like the flavour of all the spices and things in it, and it is enough just to add water, but if you have stock, add stock in as well. So I've popped all my apples in here as well. You can actually leave them on the top for cooking, but I like to just give them a mix through. I love the apples in this dish. They work really well. They just are like melt in the mouth texture by the time they are finished cooking, and it is just lovely. So the apples add a little bit of sweetness to the dish as well, along with the apricots. And it's just a really nice Christmassy pork with all the spices and stuff. It's lovely. So once we've given that a good stir through, we're going to put the lid on, and we're going to pop it in the oven for an hour and 30 minutes at 150. So our oven should be preheated. We're then going to take it out of the oven after an hour and a half and take the lid off. So you can see it's cooked really well already. In the background there, I'm actually cooking up some carrots and red cabbage as well for this dish, but you can serve it with any seasonal vegetables that you have available at the time. So we're just giving it a wee stir through here, and we're going to pop it back into the oven for 15 minutes just to finish off. So it should look something like this when it's finished. It's lovely and brown on the top. The vegetables, the tatties are melt in the mouth texture along with the apples as well. And the flavours are just delicious. I love this recipe. It's not the most photogenic of recipes, but it just works really well at this time of year. It's lovely, and I love serving it up with some red or green cabbage and some carrots as well. It would also work well with a good seasonal slaw as well. That would also be really nice for this dish. So I hope you enjoyed making this delicious pork casserole, and I hope you are all looking forward to Christmas. I do have my Christmas cookbook available on my YouTube channel if you're looking for any more inspiration, and I have loads of Christmas recipes on my website as well. It's angiemillen.com. So if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to click that subscribe button, and if you click the little bell next to it, I will see you guys again soon, and don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. So take care, lots of love everyone, bye bye.